Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in again to another episode of CivilianTacticalWeapons.com. This is actually going to be kind of an interesting video. It's not a very typical one that I normally do, but this is actually regarding gun training, gun safety, and kind of different options. A couple of things that I have here is this is a training gun. It's made by Blackhawk. I bought one at a gun show for 27 bucks. They are extremely, they look identical to the real gun. In fact, you can even stick lighting accessories and stuff on it. So across the board, they are meant exact same specifications. Like, so for example, this is a Glock. It's identical as a regular Glock. You can practice weapon disarmaments with these. Also, if you're doing within your house, you can do weapon draws. If you actually own a Glock, this is a great alternative to being able to train with an actual real Glock in your house. So a couple of things here to note is it's very bright orange, so it's obviously a training gun, and it's actually a good way of being able to just practice, just practice your room sweeps. You want to practice cover concealment, things you may want to do just within your house. A key thing that I encourage everyone to understand is most people don't understand their own home. I know that sounds kind of weird, but most people don't understand their own home from a tactical standpoint. If someone were to come in your house, have you already laid out your house as far as how would I defend best against it? Have I thought through different areas of the house that provide better cover and concealment? Do I have a large wooden dresser or something that's real thick that I could use to provide some bullet resistance in case I need to hide somewhere from an attacker? So just kind of thinking through the way your house is laid out. Even being able to maneuver in your house, looking at it from a tactical standpoint. If you are using a pistol, this is a great option. They have, Blackhawk makes this whole series for shotguns and stuff too. So if you are looking at doing, if you're using a shotgun for a home defense, I'd strongly encourage you to get one of these Blackhawk training ones. The nice thing about it is you can go ahead and train and understand the problems you'd have maneuvering a long arm inside a small confined area. The other thing I want to talk about, and the things that you should really buy if you don't want to go with this type of option, is about 14 bucks. They're called snap caps. They're made by, this one here is made by CNC. It's A-Zoom Precision Metals or whatever. A snap cap is an option that you would use. You load them into your gun, and here's the HK-45 again, and it will actually go ahead and you can operate your gun in a very safe manner. These snap caps, what I encourage you to do is if you're actually out on the range and you want to train anything from looking at jams and how you deal with jams, you can do them very safely with snap caps. I'll show you an example here. This is actually very hard to do with the HK because the HK is extremely hard to even simulate a jam for doing this. Alright, there you go. This is a very common jam you would have. I've never seen it on an H&K, but this does happen with certain guns. An ejector feed, the bullet has popped out, you had maybe a double feed in your gun, and how you would actually clear this. Without snap caps, this is something you couldn't practice. Most people sit there and say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and tap and rack it. The problem with the tap and rack is sometimes you will actually create another feed. What you can do though with the snap caps is you can practice doing these clears. So if I've got a snap here, you can go ahead and move it across the top here to clear it. And by doing it like that, actually brushing your hand along the top of it, you'll clear this out of the jam and not create a double feed. As if you would actually go ahead and juggle this to try to clear the jam, you may actually cause the gun to double feed. So snap caps are a great way of being able to practice these types of things very safely in your house. Other options for these, a lot of people I know have kids. They actually leave a snap cap in the gun This is a great way of being able to hand a gun off to someone. If I've got a snap cap in this gun and I can see this red bullet in here, I can safely hand this gun to someone else. The other thing you can see here is with the snap cap in it, the gun is actually jammed. So I can sit there, if you're sitting there firing and all of a sudden it would jam like this, there I actually did the double feed. You can actually simulate all these double feeds. I'm like, how would I get this out? So you can go ahead and simulate any type of a scenario with the snap caps. And this is the reason why I strongly encourage people to get these things, is they are an excellent option of being able to train. So that being said, they're about 15 bucks. You can buy them at any gun store. Well, I shouldn't say any gun store. At least here in Texas, they sell them at most gun stores. I buy them at the gun shows. There's other third-party companies that create it. These are definitely the nicer ones. They're actually made out of metal. You can also get ones made out of plastic. They tend to be a little bit cheaper. Do you get the same result out of them? Yeah, you do. But you know, it's your preference. I kind of like these. They look a little nice. I know some people have a whole bag of the plastic ones, and they work out great too. So that being said, if you have any questions, please email me at info@civiliantacticalweapons.com. And I just wanted you to just be aware of the different training options you have, and also strongly encourage everyone to look at these types of options and be very cognizant of your environment within your own house, and you kind of think through, you know, if you were trapped in certain parts of your house, how you would be able to maneuver and use your own house and furniture and counters and everything doing cover and concealment. So anyways, I hope to see you in next week's episode.